Chaos Central Production. Chaos List. Starring my main man Anzo. 1/3 of three-headed monster we call the Chaos Central Crew. This intro is by this show, the Chaos List. I hope you like it, bro. Here we go. The Chaos List is the name of the show, and the name of the host you know is Anzo. If you say something crazy, dumb, stupid, or wrong, it's a one-way trip to the Phantom Zone to be like Anzo. Hold up, I didn't mean it. Guess what, son? Your ass should have seen it coming. Better watch what you say, just like the Mandalorian. And this is the way. Monday night, 9 o'clock. Second Monday of the month, this is the spot. So get ready, strap on in. The crew is ready, so let's begin. So let's go.
Guys, I was wrong. Bigger Ford is always right.
I don't know. I just had to put that on there before we start the show.
Wow.
I need people to understand the situation that we have going on here. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to ask, am I on
I
the
just
wrong
don't get.
AI.
I
See,
don't
that
get. Yeah.
is a prime example where AI is not going to be used for good.
See, that's the thing I don't get is that he has to use AI to say that. I'm always right. I don't need AI.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
we ain't doing that tonight, all right?
That was awesome.
Oh man, what it up, guys? I know Donnie wasn't doing the square one, and I had to do it tonight because there are a few things I want to talk about, and Victor Wembanyama is definitely one of them. But Donnie, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on my channel on Mondays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday nights on the Hangout. Sunday nights on Storms Live. Occasionally I'm on the OOC. And Mondays, usually 3 Mondays out the month, we're on the Chaos Central channel. So I'm a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Knight, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Real Review 3000, of course, Chaos Central, all that fun stuff. Doing Sunday weekly wrap-ups right now, and of course the Monday night shows. That's what I'm doing until I can get all settled in. Whenever I finally can get it all done, we'll get back to our other lineup of shows and stuff like that. But that's what I'm doing right now. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to the conversation today.
Absolutely. And Roberto, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me Wednesday nights on the OOC with my boy Bigger Ford, my boy JG. Sometimes Mr. Danny pops in, getting stuff off our chest like we do, you know?
Every day, all day. That's what I'm talking about. What up, Zachary? Zachary said Luka Magic, best player in the world. Go Lakers. All right. So we got a Laker fan in the house already. So for that, Zachary, you will be getting timed out for about 30 seconds just because we don't do no Laker talk up in this chat. All right. So just to let you know that. But I will say,
charge.
but I will say that the NBA has actually had a good start to the season. There were some really good games and some really good performances. Have any of you guys been keeping in touch? What do you guys think about the NBA so far?
I think it's in trouble.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get into that definitely. Definitely
That
gonna get
side
into
of it, yes. I mean, so far the games have been pretty exciting. I think it's. I know that there's a lot of changing right now from who people think is the top teams. We'll see what happens as the season goes on. Right now, it's pretty exciting to get
What's
some
that
new
word
people.
you like to use, Chris? It doesn't seem so convoluted this year
Yeah,
so far.
Agreed. What about you, Roberto?
Yeah, I've seen some nice games, you know. So far, it's off to a good start, high scoring, close games. Officiating ain't really messing it up just yet, but sure enough, scandal.
So, yeah, you know what I mean? And we definitely gonna get into the scandal stuff because yeah, go ahead, Danny.
In today's world, there should be no mistakes in officiating. None.
Because they have too much replay and stuff like
too
that.
much-
Yeah,
they got too
100%.
much cameras. They got too much technology. I would maybe not every play, but if it's going to be like, especially in the last quarter, everything that's going to be crucial. Like Albertino said, scratching for yards and inches, they should be able to play back boom, 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 fairly quickly. Two things I don't like to play back, and I think every stadium should be dome.
We know Danny don't want no snow games, but
You
we
should.
definitely want some snow games up in here. What are we talking about here? And Fatal J, what's up? He said they've been betting since Michael Jordan got caught and went to play baseball. That's nothing new. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think Jordan was actually betting on basketball games. And I think this is the problem that we're having now is like Terry Rozier, like I said earlier in the backstage, he literally took himself out of a game so that one of his cohorts could win money,
The
right? On the
rumor is
prop bet.
that's why Jordan Daddy was killed. I hope that ain't true.
I hear that too. I hear that too. I hear that too. But what do you guys think about the scandal going on? So far, Chauncey Billups has been arrested. He's part of it. Um, Terry Rozier, Damon Jones, Danny just said now they're going to talk to the commissioner to find out
Yeah.
what's going on. So what you
I
guys
never
first
was
thoughts
I
on it?
never was a fan of the commissioner. I didn't think he was strong enough. I love David Stern. David Stern seemed to be fair. He seemed to be I think you gotta have a healthy fear for your commissioner. You can't be first name like I don't think I'm better than anybody that work for me or under me, but only the people of equal rank or people in my circle call me by my name at work. I have a certain title, and I think that should be because a lot of times you get too comfortable, then stuff like this can happen. And I think David Stern kept that line, that professional line, more so than Adam Silver and that kind of stuff. And
Well,
I
for
just,
David's going to what you said, Danny, David Stern did a really good job. So he was probably the mix between top three sports commissioners. There was trying to remember who the current commissioner of baseball is, but anyways, Bud Siegel was one of them, and then you also
Steinbrenner at one time, wasn't it?
yeah, well, no, George Steinbrenner never. In fact, they hated him, so they didn't want him anywhere near that.
No, I
But
just saying a
think,
baseball commission. I thought he was at
uh,
one time.
no, Paul Giamatti. Giamatti was one. Also, his dad was one. But anyways, so they had him who kind of looked away from everything, like we talked about earlier backstage, just the steroid scandal and all that. Bud Siegel or whatever his name was looked the other way, just whatever. I don't care. And they had to clean up that whole mess. Then you have Roger Goodell in the NFL, who's just like, he's God. He acts like God and thinks, I can't do any wrong. You have to do what I say. But like you said, in the NBA, there was that time when you had this really good mix, and that's why it became as popular as it did get, because they started doing some good things with it, and that was all under his watch. So
Rob Manfred.
And Roberto?
I just think that he's unfortunate right now to be the commissioner when sports gambling's at an all-time high. And when you're playing with that much money, there's going to be fixes, no doubt about it. Now, people are coming to the forefront, got caught, and he's crying out names, and it's going to be a debacle. I mean, this could be the version of the Epstein files for the NBA.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Said Gilbert Arenas was the one snitching on everybody. That man still making YouTube videos. Yeah, because it all started with him, right?
Yep.
It all started with him. What happened with him? And he's trolling because he did a short where he's coming into his studio and it says informant coming in with like he gave everybody up. Like he's not.
I
Even,
guarantee you he got the immunity. I'm really surprised Skip Bayless hitched his wagon to that.
okay, so let me because he kind of explained why his show is like that now because he started it. He gave up 50%. He says 50, but it's probably more of his show to Underdog. Right when that scandal happened, because it used to be called Gil's Arena, now it's called The Arena. So they took Gil's name off of it. They took control of it. They even tell him that he can only stream 2 times a week. Right, so that's part of the deal. And that's because of they're doing the show with Skip Bayless and
Your
football
mic
season is
little
more popular.
off, Alonzo.
I got you. Hold on, let me fix that. And football season is a little bit more popular. So
I ain't a fan of Gil now, so they go ahead and erase him.
I feel you. And he said there's a rumor that LeBron's been betting too. Yeah, I see that. I seen a lot of that stuff going on too.
Not Mr. Perfect.
I see Kawhi's been called out too.
Oh, yeah. So you guys heard about the scandal with Kawhi too, right? Where he was being paid by a fake organization so that they could give him more money so that he would sign with the Clippers. So there's a lot of this stuff going on. Not to mention, there's a few things that I wanted to talk about too when it comes to this because, when we're talking about the NBA being set up, there is no doubt in my mind that certain things are fixed, right? San Antonio got the first round pick 2 times in a row, right? So they picked Wemby, they picked Stephon Castle. Then the third year, they got the second round pick, right? Dallas traded Luka to the Lakers and magically got the first round pick the next year. Does that even make sense to you?
Yeah, because some of those teams, it's like what's that movie with Brad Pitt?
Which one?
And he had the statistics.
Moneyball.
Those are statistics that they get these analysts now that can be like, well, if we do this, 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 and this. Now I'm sure there's somebody greasing the wheels. Hey, here's such and such and such. And we saw in the Kevin Costner movie, I'm just using the movie as points of reference, how he'd make all these backhanded deals behind off the clock, that kind of stuff. So I think that really happens to some extent, maybe not as much as it does on the movies, but I think there's a statistics to it, and because who in the world believe that LeBron James did not know about the trade between Anthony Davis and Luka? And how in the world, I'm gonna trade a 25-year-old Luka at his prime, even though he's overweight, for Anthony Davis, who is
100%.
Injury prone.
100%.
So something happened there. I don't know what happened, but that ain't normal. That's not normal.
I think it's. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think it's interesting that Anik says it right there. I think we should stop promoting all sports betting in sports and all that. It's funny because in the 70s, because of Pete Rose, and in the 80s also because of Pete Rose, everybody was like, "No, we got to get away from this." Pushed it. What's funny is that's on everything now. DraftKings, all this stuff. And it's funny how they just said, okay, fine. At one time, I told people I never believed we'd see an NBA team, which we're going to get, an NFL team, and a baseball team in Las Vegas. I swore they would never do that. Now they have. You are literally hugging the end of your league, and that's all of them. All of them are so in right now with betting that it's funny that flip from what it used to be. And they're also talking now about a couple different things, which is even more concerning if you're a sports fan. Is one, the college game has either already passed it or is voting to pass it in the NCAA to be able to vote on or to be bet on professional sports, not college sports. Well, we know if they're going to bet on professional sports, they're going to bet on the college too. You just you can't say, "Oh, don't do that," but you can do this. You don't do that. But not only that, but now they're talking about private groups buying a portion of college teams. And when I say private groups,
that's crazy.
Okay, who cares? I know it's crazy, but Danny, here's where it gets really crazy. When they talk about private groups, they're talking also about groups that have ownership in NFL teams and NBA teams, because Jerry Jones has private interest groups that can buy in on college teams. So if he buys in on a college team, do you think that isn't the Dallas Cowboys buying in on it?
Oh yeah.
No, 100%.
And that's something that's happening right now. So we have all this stuff coming to a head all of a sudden.
It's a lot of crazy.
It's
why in the world would Jerry Jones get rid of Michael Parsons? That makes zero sense to me. You got one of the best pass defense rushers in the game, and just because he wouldn't shake his hand or call him back or say, "Hey man, just talk down, that's my agent," and you're gonna get mad, and there's something going. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but it's something fishy going on. There's no way I'd have got rid of him.
And then to say you're better off without him? No, stop that. Any thoughts, Roberto?
That trade that was crazy. But you seen him do that to CD. He did that to a few guys. He just stretched it out. But this guy's a once in a lifetime player. He's not just a A or a B plus, or he's a once. Look what he's doing in Green Bay.
Yep.
You know, when teams got to come and plan for you, that's a guy you can't let go.
Agreed.
Well, Roberto, you know what? And I say this, but Jerry Jones done won 3 rings with his organization.
Mm-hmm.
He has the most expensive franchise in the world.
Yeah,
sport franchise.
Yeah.
What else he got to prove? He don't care.
Money seems to be everything, Danny.
And he's worth, I think, $16 billion. Man, I wouldn't care because I'm the most recognizable owner in the league. Everybody knows my name. Everybody wants to come to Jerry World. So I don't care. I got more money than God almost. I mean, it's crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like it. And then and go back to Anzo's question. I don't mean to dominate, but how much money do these players need?
Facts.
How much do you need? Facts. If I get $100 million, I'm set.
Facts. Because Charles Barkley said it on the show. He was like, these guys are stupid, right? And Kenny tried to bring it down to gambling addiction. And Barkley's like, no, this has nothing to do with a gambling addiction. That's not what that is, right? They're stupid for putting their career and the NBA on the line like that for $50K, $100K.
Their name,
yeah, 100%. It's ridiculous, you know what I mean? And now it's like, like a couple people are saying in the chat that it's like, oh, they asked for the Epstein files, but this is the stuff. It feels like it's a distraction to get away from other stuff. Not to mention, it's like, oh, look at the Black League now. Look what they're doing, right? They betting on games. You can't trust them anymore, right? Yeah. What about all these people who have been making bets and lost on a parlay because one of these players missed a shot on purpose? You know what I mean? How long has this been going?
With that?
Do you think they can do that with hockey and golf?
Yeah, I was talking about that backstage. I'm like, how far does this go? Because, and to your point, Anzo, really quick, you got to think. This is the morbid side of sports betting. There's some guy out there who lost a game, lost all his money, couldn't go home to his wife, and probably he offed himself. Let's be honest, it happens every day. Mm-hmm. What did we find out now? This game that he lost was because of one of these sports betting games. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to go down and pin people down for that. They could, but that's a hard thing to fight in court. But my point is how many lives have been affected by this? And yeah, don't gamble. That's the first thing. Just don't gamble because you never know. There's always something like this going on behind the scenes. Doesn't matter.
Hold on. Let me say this. Keep that thought, Danny. Fado, my son says this all the time, that he believes that they actually have like some kind of magnets in the rim. He says that all the time. Like he sits there.
I have seen a ball sit there at the top and then boom, go in.
Mm-hmm.
So it is. How many missed extra points have we seen this year? It's ridiculous. Well,
and not to mention that, but they've started putting chips in the ball so they can recover them in the stands. And now my question is what is that chip? What else is going on with that? You see, there's the thing. All this stuff, and it's all under technology to make the game more fun to watch on TV and stuff like that. But what does it do other than that? I'm
not going to say that isn't happening, but
I'm with you.
I feel you.
I'm kind of like
with you.
Conspiracy theories on that. I don't know about that magnets in the balls and rim. I ain't saying it ain't like possible, so don't go in there. Didn't say that. I'm just saying I gotta see physical evidence, them tearing the rim apart and seeing the. That's how.
Me too. I argue with my son about.
I'm not even talking about the chip, Danny. I'm just saying they're like shaving points.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
That, yeah.
But they had the perfect thing: load management. If I know I gotta get so many points, I can't put in that, coach.
Well, this is
more wiser.
Well, this is another thing that
I would tell my boy. One quick point. I would tell y'all, hey, I ain't playing tonight, so don't bet. Blah blah blah. Load management. Ooh,
right. So that's what I was going to say. Then that's one of the things Terry Rozier is getting caught up with because they had a game where LeBron didn't play, and he told his boy, before that information even got out. Nobody knew that information. So he told his boy betted, and it was against the Bucks. Boy bet on the Bucks, and they won. Right? Now, if they can track that stuff, that is dangerous, bro. That is really bad for the NBA. So it's no wonder why they're asking Commissioner Stern questions now.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
They did it in football with the deflate gate, so I guess they can do deflate all over. So I don't know, but I'm telling you, I'd be very disappointed. I'm not saying it's not possible. They open up a ball and there's a bunch of Maddox in there. I don't know if I'll watch the game.
Well,
that would mess me up.
And the problem is I'm with Danny. I don't necessarily think all that's going on, but that's the questions people ask. And that's the questions people are going to want to know. And you guys know as well as I do, because we won't get fully into the conversation about the Chiefs and the refs and all that. And it's not just Chiefs. The Patriots have been accused of it. Dallas Cowboys have been accused of it in the past. Whatever. But when those questions start, you're going to find proof for it. There are plenty of videos online that prove that the Chiefs get calls. I mean, I'm not going to lie about it. There are plenty of proof. But that's the questions that start with these things. So now you try to answer it. Do people believe that? There's a lot that won't. So where's the end of it now? You've opened up a Pandora's box. It's crazy.
I would say to that point, Chris, before we had all this technology, if you're a certain level of player, you're going to get the benefit of it.
Yes.
Like the star players, I really don't have a problem with that. Especially, and even if it's my team, I'd be mad because it's my team. I'm like, man. But then if I said, look, he playing against Lawrence Taylor, Lawrence Taylor gonna get the call, whatever. Yeah. But now with the technology they got, there should be no missed calls. There should be no missed calls. If it's questionable, the replay, and they can. There's some games we've seen the replay that the refs made a mistake and they still uphold it. That's where I got the issue at. When you see them, I'm sorry.
Oh no. Go ahead. I finish.
I'm just saying when we can clearly see the ref missed the call, then they should reverse it, because that could be the difference between a Super Bowl ring and a Super Bowl trophy.
And that's what I was going to say too, right? Because sometimes, and I know we've all watched replays where the replay shows something and they still stick to the call that was on the field, and it's like, no, that doesn't look right. You know what I mean?
Now I do like the fact, like, they go ahead and snap the next play. I like that. Okay, you get a chance.
Yeah. You gotta do it quick.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that, because that's within the rules. But
and one more thing I wanted to say is I don't have a problem with the last second calls either, Danny. Like, you like a last 2 seconds later, maybe like LeBron James or Michael Jordan is guarding Karl Malone, and you can see that it's a kind of a foul, but they don't call it. I'm like, you're not going to call that on the last play of the game. You got to take it to the rim. You got to leave it in the player's hand. So I kind of like that too. I don't mind, certain players getting calls, but at the same time, you got to be very careful with that, because it can get lopsided to where it looks like the calls are favoring Michael Jordan. That's why they won. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful about that too. So, man, I just think that this scandal is really going to because we thought the Tim Donahue stuff was bad. This is worse. Right now, this is worse. If it gets any worse, yeah, we're in trouble. Any last thoughts for it?
I don't see how a sports scandal should take away from the Epstein files.
Oh, I don't either. I tell you why, Roberto, because the wrong names on that file. The wrong names.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's why they don't want to bring
all
it
This is going to sound really racial.
Okay. Go.
But if more names on that look like us, it'd be out.
I don't disagree.
Like
I don't disagree necessarily with that. And the fact that also is this. Again, people were saying, well, if Trump's name was on it, Biden would have released it immediately. Well, if Biden's name was on it, or if
Biden's son's name was on it. Biden's son's name was on it.
Trump would release it right away, unless all their names are in there
On
in
it,
not
yeah, and
great,
nobody
not
wants to
great
bring it up.
light. And they're all like, okay, guys, we're going to play this game and
Yeah,
make it sound like we want it released. We want it released. And you're not going to. We're just going to play the game on TV. And we don't all, and none of us want this.
Let me ask you this
We all know.
Well, all this technology at the CIA and all these big
Mhm.
clandestine organizations got, my name would never be on the list. So
Facts.
I'm calling Anzo, who's the head of CIA. Hey, give me that scrambler, whatever doohickey thing we just developed, paid $200 million for, and I'm wearing that in the party or wherever. Or Roberto, who's over the FBI. Hey, give me that $2.3 billion camera scramblers device. I don't understand it. It's crazy.
Absolutely, 100%.
And they keep throwing.
My name ain't
They
going
keep
on
throwing
nothing.
stuff at us, and I'm not saying Charlie Kirk was a intentionally to draw our eye away from it, but they use that. Now you have the government shutdown. They're trying to find anything they can to keep our minds off of that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had a president from what's face come over. This time he had on a suit. What's his name?
From Ukraine, Zelensky.
Yeah.
Well, you saw the prince had to resign his title because they wouldn't let you go over there.
Yeah. No, you're right. Title. You're right. No. He didn't.
Yeah,
he's still a prince, but he doesn't have a title. That's right.
It's crazy. And like I said, there's a lot of things going on, so we'll keep that posted on that. We'll find out. Now, there's something I wanted to talk about. And I listen, there were some great NBA performances over the year. There were some great ones, right? But I wanted to talk about Victor Wembanyama, Yama, whatever, because I said something in the chat and people lost their damn minds. I was like, holy cow, you know what I mean? And Donnie was like, I know he was frustrated. I could tell it in the text that he was frustrated with me on it. But I said that if Victor can, kind of go through a career, not major injuries and stuff like that, I said there's a possibility that Victor could go down as the greatest of all times. I don't know why that's an issue, but I watched him play and I'm like, there are so many big men in the league, but none of them can do the stuff that I seen Victor do in just that one game. It was unbelievable the stuff that he did. Now they played last night and he didn't have a great game. He only had 20. He fouled out. He had 27 points. I think it was 11 rebounds, but he had 9 blocks. You know what I mean? He had 9 blocks. And I'm like, even in not having a great game, you still get 27 points and those stats. Like, I don't know, man. I just want to know you guys' thoughts on this. I already know Danny wants to go say one, and he can, but Roberto and Chris, and then Danny will go.
I saw him do a dunk. I swear he was Gumby. He was so far from the rim. I'm like, how did he dunk that?
He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot of traveling, Roberto.
Yeah, I saw one too. I didn't want to.
That's everybody.
That's the NBA.
I'm just
I hate that.
It doesn't matter. Like if I see a guy 5'5" travel, it just looks more obvious because he took 30 steps. But when you see these long guys pick up their dribble from so high up and end up at the rim, like at what point is the game like beyond? It's like almost like life now. You're telling me it's not green what I'm seeing when I'm looking at the grass. It's yellow. That's what's it's across the board. And I've been complaining about the traveling in the NBA for a long time, but again, I don't want to rain on Anzo's parade. I was too one of the guys saying that this guy is an anomaly. He's a freak of nature. He's going to do some great things in the NBA. Could he go up against Michael? If he keeps getting better, I don't see why not, because I never seen a guy that height hit a 3 or take someone on the dribble.
Chris?
He's a great player. We said I watched him in the Olympics, and again, that's the team we went against for the gold, and only until I think the last 5 minutes they were in it, and it was only because of him. So when you think about going against a full team of NBA players, that says a lot. Now, granted, a different kind of situation. NBA and Olympic basketball is very different, but he has potential to be the best of all time. I think it's way too early. What is this? This is his second full season. He started in, I think, October of 23, then he played 24, 25, and then we're playing this year. So
he's only played 1.5 seasons because last year he got hurt. Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying though is this will be his second full season.
If he plays the whole season, yeah.
Well, that's true, yeah. And it's intriguing. It's things that the NBA needs. I know you'll love it because he's on the Spurs. I mean, hey, I'm not against a team that hasn't been there regularly for a while coming back and beating some people. But right now, he's doing some crazy stuff. And yeah, like you said, even though he fouled out and he didn't have a great game, 9 blocks. Dude, I love a good block. I love it. But, my problem with the NBA goes back to what Roberto said. Ever since it's just so obvious, it's like watching wrestling when they go to punch a guy and you can tell they're not even anywhere near the guy. When you travel 6 steps to dunk it or jam it, okay. I kind of get a little disheartened by watching that. But, I mean, I still watch the finals every year or the playoffs every year. And if they make it to the playoffs, he's going to make it very interesting. And that's what I like about basketball is players like him that make it very interesting. Because right now, if you think about it, LeBron's going to be out probably next year. My brain now.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, thank you. Curry is probably two or 3 years away. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, most of the big time name players who were exciting young players are probably close to retirement. And that is always exciting in sports, is to start seeing this guy's the future of the sport. This guy, like for instance, we had Tom Brady, you had Brett Favre, you had all these other players in the NFL, and then now you have Tampa Bay quarterback that you have.
I forget his name all the time. I wish I could help.
Yeah. Oh God, the Tampa Bay quarterback right now in
Baker Mayfield.
Thank you, Baker Mayfield. You have Baker Mayfield, who's made a great resurgence. You have Patrick Mahomes. You have Caleb Williams. You have a lot of these guys now, but that's always fun to watch. Is that shuffle?
Dimes.
Who's next? Huh?
Danny Dimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fun to watch this cycling of players, and this guy is the next new group, and I don't know who else, because he's going to outshine a lot of people if he plays like this.
So Danny, you can go last. Just let me get this because I got to go out and there. So don't get gas for one game. We see Aaron Gordon score 50 points the other day. Aaron Gordon is not as good as Wemby. So let's just put it that way. He's 7 foot tall. He's supposed to get 7 blocks a game. Well, he's not the only 7 foot tall player in the league, and they're not doing that. So that makes no sense, right? If that's the case, all 7 foot guys would be getting 7 blocks a game, and they don't. Some of them barely get 2. You could always.
Oh, sorry. I was going to answer that really quick. I was just going to say you can always say, "Oh, well, he's 7 foot. He's supposed to get this. He's supposed to do this." Well, okay, then fine. He's supposed to, and he's doing it. 1 and 2, he's doing more than just that.
And then you said Victor is not better than Shaq. Victor is skill-wise better than Shaq in every single way. What are we talking about here? Shaq can't cross over, step back into a 3 like Wemby can, right? So let's not get it twisted. Shaq was good because of his size, right? Other than that, name some other shit good that Shaq did. He couldn't shoot free throws. He could barely shoot the mid-range jumper, all right? It was always bully ball with Shaq. That's what I'm saying. So, I said that in the chat. I said, I think skill-wise, Victor Wembanyama is better than Shaquille O'Neal, and I'm gonna say skill wise, he's better than Tim Duncan, and he's
I,
in his third year.
I
He
don't
is
believe
going
that.
to get better. That's my
Somebody
opinion.
clip
That's my
that.
He
opinion.
has the
Clip
potential.
that.
You see,
What's that?
Shaq has accomplished what he has. That's why he's great. This
Yes.
kid is just started. So
Yes.
to make that comparison right there, that's a boom comparison. But skill-wise, I think Wemby would twist up Shaq's ankles and
100%.
make him drop like a big tree.
100%.
Because you would have to play him out. If he wanted to, he would take you out your realm under the rim and start crossing you over, like Anzo said, maybe even bang a few threes in your eyes. And then when you start playing the three, he's going to put it through your legs and dunk from the free throw line. So you've never seen nothing like that, Shaq.
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, we haven't seen anything like that. He said, Anzo, if Shaq was playing in today's game, Shaq would evolve. Evolve to what? Evolve to what? By the time Shaq was in the league, the game had evolved, right? You had guys that were doing things that they weren't doing back in Akeem Olajuwon's day, right? So the game did evolve from them. Shaq can't evolve if he can't shoot threes. Can't shoot the ball. He couldn't shoot the ball. He's not like he hasn't tried. He couldn't shoot the ball. I just personally think when we talk skill wise, with because they were comparing, they were saying Victor Wembanyama is like a mix between Shaq and KD. That's what they were saying, right? So, Anzo, no center was shooting threes, so stop it. There were a few, right? There were a few that were shooting threes, but even still, at the
What
end
about
of the
those
day,
twins?
he couldn't shoot the mid range. He couldn't even shoot a mid range jumper, right? That alone. And Shaq was not a great pick and roll defender. That's how the Spurs play. Pick and roll. That's why Tim Duncan was able to get the best of Shaq on a few of those games. Like, Shaq was dominant. He always got his, right? But because Shaq don't play the pick and roll, that was one of his weaknesses, along with him not being able to shoot. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's what happens, because centers weren't shooting mid-range, maybe sky hooks. So Patrick Ewing wasn't a mid-range shooter. David Robinson wasn't a mid-range shooter. Akeem Olajuwon wasn't a mid-range shooter. Yes, they were. They were able to shoot that mid-range. Shaq couldn't do it. That's a fact. Go back and watch Shaq's games. That's why when you play Shaq, you always bring him out, because he wasn't a great pick and roll defender. That's why when you played Shaq, you tried to keep him away from the rim because he couldn't shoot. The reason why the Spurs were able to sweep the LeBron James Cavaliers in that first series is because they turned LeBron James into a shooter, and he wasn't a great shooter in that finals. He just wasn't at that time. And that's what you do. You work on a player's weakness. And that's how you worked on Shaq's weakness. You tried to keep him away from the paint. That's why all these teams had all these big men for him, because and big men that could shoot, so that you would have Shaq to come out of the paint on defense as well. That's what the basketball was, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I get it. But go ahead, Roberto.
I thought Danny had something to say.
Oh, Danny, sorry. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I definitely don't agree with the part you said about he's more skilled than Tim Duncan. He may surpass him, but for his power forward, Tim Duncan is the best power forward I've ever seen skill wise. I even compare center wise. I don't think he's at the skill level of Akeem Olajuwon is yet. Does he have the potential? Maybe 15 and 20 years down the road, he got to make he got to have 6 or 7 championships in order for me to say that. I just don't think. Is he a good player? Yes. Have we ever seen anything like him? The most similar player I can see is KD at 7 feet tall. And we saw a sample size, but I look statistically wise, he's not top 5, nothing but in one category now. And I know he only 5 games into the season. I'm gonna be watching him to see, but
Let it happen.
it's too early. It's too early for me to even say GOAT. in a sense right
Yeah,
now.
100%. I said that already. I said it's way too early for me to just be like, oh yeah, it's in his career. I don't know how long his career is gonna be. I'm just using the if if he has a good, long, healthy career.
To
Yeah.
me, looking at him just from the eye test, he don't look durable to me. But he may
No, he don't look
His
durable to me either, to be honest with you.
his
and I
frame is going to
and
be his downfall, if anything.
because Zion gave him all he wanted the other night. I watched that game, and Zion is quicker than he is. He has the longer steps and this footwork, but as far as quickness, to me he's not very quick compared to other guys in that position. But you'll see.
Last night's game was good. Zion played great. Zion did give him some work, but there were also points where they were doing things on the switch so that Wemby couldn't guard Zion. You know what I mean? There were a lot of plays like that. Wemby did get he got 4 blocks on Zion.
He blocked Zion 4 or 5 times. But
Yeah.
I think the explosiveness, Zion is more explosive than he is. Wemby is kind of cool. Like I said, his game reminds me a lot of Kevin Durant's. And I thought he was like clipping threes out of incredible. He's not. His 3-point is decent, but it's not fantastic like it's being portrayed to be. Like I said, I look at a lot of stats today, and at this point, I'm just using Michael Jordan because that's the measuring stick in this particular argument. He only shot 5 games, 30 points or more. Michael Jordan at this same level had over 40. So I'm just saying, we'll see. If he's better, I'll say it. If he's the GOAT, I will say it. But right now, in fact, I don't see it. But I hope the young man's success, but I can't see that.
So the problem that I've always had, and I think we talked about it before when we talked about Wemby was taking way too much threes. He changed his game. He doesn't do that. He plays in the paint now a lot more. You could just see it in the game you watched last night, Donnie, right?
He's
he
more
was playing in
aggressive.
the paint more. Huh?
He's more aggressive than he was other years, but I don't think I think you made a statement, correct me if I'm wrong, that you think he's more skilled than Tim Duncan. I don't believe that.
Because Tim Duncan couldn't do a crossover fadeaway between your legs 3, right? That's what I'm saying when I come to skill wise. Now, if you're talking about longevity, fundamentals of the game, knowledge of the game, and stuff like that, 100% is Tim Duncan. But when you say skill wise, to say he's doing things that Kevin Durant is doing,
I don't think that Tim Duncan maybe didn't want to do that. In the fact that he couldn't. Tim Duncan kind of shaded his game down to mold to what Popovich wanted. I think if Tim Duncan had a coach that'd be like, okay, show us the whole package, he would do. But Tim Duncan is very efficient.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I was going to say. Is I don't think that Tim Duncan couldn't do that thing. It's just, here's the thing: in today's NBA, these players come in, and when they're young and stuff, they're like, what hasn't been done? What can I do to flash this up and show people I'm awesome or whatever, And Tim Duncan looked at it and said, back then, and maybe Jordan even to an extent, it was, I can do that, because like Jordan would show the things he could do during dunk contests and stuff that he would never do during a game. And I think those players back then were like, I don't have to show off. I gotta win a game. I want to win a game. Now a lot of these players live in the TikTok world, and I've mentioned this before. TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are the places where people watch the NBA the most. They're watching clips and stuff. That's where their fans are. So that's what you want to do. You want those clips, so your name is out there, and I think that's why they're doing it. Tim Duncan didn't have to worry about that. He wanted to win games. He didn't see the need in it. And going back to Popovich, I doubt Popovich would have liked to see that. He'd see that, and then he'd be like, sit your ass down for a few plays, because I don't want that on the court.
But you see, so here's what I'll say, and I'm not going to say for 100% sure Tim Duncan couldn't do it, because I know Tim Duncan couldn't. I know for a fact Tim Duncan couldn't do it. I'll show you a play, right? I just got to show you a play Wemby did, and it's like this play alone, like Tim Duncan couldn't do that, right? He couldn't do that, right? Physically, he couldn't do that. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I think a lot of these players, when they came out, they want to be Steph Curry.
They want to be shooting threes. They want to be doing all, and the big men too, right? The big man game is different. Like, how many times have we watched a game where the big man is standing outside shooting the three and not playing down in the paint, right? So yeah, that's what the game exactly. Even Giannis was that point at one point. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, Giannis can't shoot. He better stay around the rim because he can't shoot now.
He wasn't a great shooter at all, but I think he tried to do that, and I think they said last year he played a lot in the paint.
I'm not disagreeing with you saying. I'm saying he can't shoot.
Yeah, 100%. Roberto, your thoughts before we move on to some football?
Well, I said all I had to say. I think this guy has a lot to show and prove. To make comparisons is no different than we've done in the past with many other up-and-coming skilled players. To be put in those in the place of these greats is great enough. And I think, honestly, he's with the right coach. I don't know how much long Pop is going to hang around to help him.
Pop ain't the coach.
Get some skilled players around him to make him excel more.
Yeah, he's
Pop ain't
retired.
the coach anymore.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Yeah,
I'm already slipping.
Yeah, he retired.
But at least he got to start with him.
So let me say this real quick, and I'll say this. San Antonio right now has an absolutely amazing core around him, and it's going to get better. When Fox comes back, right, Fox is going to play the point. Then you have Stephon Castle. He's a beast. This guy is a beast. He's really good. And then you have the rookie Dylan Harper. And
you need a bench.
Right. So they're gonna build, but you have the core. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You have the 4 players that you need, and now we gotta build around them. Because Harrison Barnes, he needs to go, and there's a few other players that you could switch around.
Barnes didn't play that bad the other night when I watched him. Who? Barnes wasn't that bad the other night.
No, Barnes didn't play that bad, and Devin Vassell played pretty good too.
Don't give him that championship pedigree because he won with.
I agree.
With Golden State.
Yeah, I agree. That's why he's there to mentor. It was Chris Paul at first, but now Chris Paul left and Barnes stayed there and he's mentoring them, and they're going to be good. I'm telling you that. Now, this is crap. So if the game wasn't so watered down, he'd be in the hospital. That was crap. Said Onzo, if Tim Duncan, Shaq, and other center power forwards came out today, they would be more skilled. How do you know that? Right? How do you know that? And then question for the panel. Do you think about teams constantly going for a 4th conversion instead of for 3? The game has changed, yes, but
I don't want
at least
don't
nowhere. Be shut out, arrogance.
I want to see it nowhere but in the big 3. I don't want to see no 4-point line. No.
No, me neither.
Is that what you meaning, David?
Yeah, me neither. About teams constantly going for the 4th conversion instead of.
You talking about driving to the
Is he talking about football or baseball or basketball?
Questions for panel. What do you think?
I think he's talking about football. Going for 4th and 1 instead. Football. Yeah. Going for 4th and 1 instead of going for 3. Hey, listen, there were many times in the game last week where I was like, yo, just go for it, bro. What are we doing? 4th and 1. Go for it.
It depends where you are, what your O-line's saying.
It depends on
you guys struggling throughout the game. What makes you think they're going to get the 1 yard because they're closer?
2 things. It depends on where I'm at. If I'm in in enemy territory, no, I'm kicking that bad boy. But if I'm past the 50, 40, somewhere in there, I might go for it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Philadelphia. Well, I'm going to put all the film on Philadelphia and perfect that tush push. It seems to be the only
Thank you, Danny, because that's what I wanted to ask you. And I can't believe I forgot to. I was meant to put it in the chat the other day. Do you remember they were on, I think it was like the 5-yard line, and they did 4 push tushes in a row to get Jalen Hurts into the end zone. I was like, what am I watching here? What did you guys think about that? I thought it was stupid.
I don't care if they win. It's strategy.
I think they lost that game, but I don't know.
If it's my team and they win, I think it's brilliant. If it's somebody else's team and my team lose, I think it's dumb.
I got you. What did you think about it, Roberto?
It's in the game. The thing that bothers me is because other teams tried and can't do it, and when they realize they can't, now they want to make it an illegal move. That's sad.
Well, Yeah.
Is,
Okay. So
is that what they're
Well-
trying to do? Make it illegal?
Yep.
Well, there's some
they did
teams
this
voted
past
to
year. They
have-
voted on it, and it only missed by one vote being made
Yeah.
illegal.
Yep.
Really?
It's bull
Now,
drive.
you want to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole on this one. You can do this. You can say this. So they almost had it voted out this year, and a lot of people think they're going to vote it out next year. So I think what we're watching, because I've already heard in several broadcasts with the Eagles playing when they've gone for it and they haven't made it, that the announcers are saying, "Oh well, this team might have it figured out how to stop them on this." I don't think that's what it is. I think you could argue that they're trying not to absolutely make it. So when it is finally made illegal, they can just say, "Well, it stopped working for us anyway, so we don't care."
Or
I
it might
mean,
be
What
you
the
could
thing they found on that is that
what? Oh,
they're guilty of a lot of false starts that aren't called. So you
Cool,
know when
say
they're
it.
lining up for that tush push, that
They're
the
trying-
ref should be up there with their nose like right in the grid line and
Yeah.
see these guys with their false starts.
So there's that. And originally it was, oh, well, we're going to see way too many injuries from this. And
I ain't
that
seen the first injury.
hasn't really
What's the difference?
materialized because primarily Philadelphia doesn't have that problem. But that's why a lot of teams aren't doing it. That's
What's
what
the
they
difference
say.
between the tush push and the quarterback sneak? It's almost the exact same thing.
You know what I
The
mean? Dan?
difference
Because
no.
they're not touching his butt.
The difference is at one time in the rule book, I do think it says in certain circumstances, I think this is the loophole in it. You're not allowed to help a person carrying the ball forward by pushing on them. Now we've seen a lot more. No, they get in a pile and they're all pushing back and forth. This is literally on tape, people pushing that person.
You know what I was going to say, though?
Watch when go ahead.
Go ahead, Roberto. No, go ahead, Roberto.
I was going to say, like, when a running back runs up the middle,
Yes.
and say he gains 2 or 3 yards, and he's still up on his feet, other linemen come behind him and push to gain yards.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that.
I was going to say.
It's not there from the start. I understand what you're saying. It's not there from the get-go, like nitrous per se, you know?
Yeah.
Roberto, what I was going to say is I'm okay. Like, let's say that running back is running and a lineman can come pick him up and put him across the line, like carry him. I'm okay with that too. I don't have a problem with that. If you can,
So 300-pound line that just says, "Here, buddy, let me just pick you up and just toss him." Oh, so from now they're going to be now they're going to be tossing the running back between players. Here, man, get him.
You know
get
what I
him.
mean? Hey, I can do that. What up, JG?
What up,
But now
everybody?
What's up, bro?
Sorry. Now the thing is that I think they're going to start saying, listen, they're going to go back in the meetings and probably look up every false start that's happened this season that's been caught on camera during their games and say, guys, that we can't have this.
That's great.
And that's probably where they're going to stop it. But I could be wrong.
So,
They may not make it illegal
I
yet.
bet if it was a more popular team, they wouldn't be doing this.
Facts. And let me ask you this, because there's another rule that I think like I'd be okay with too. So you know when you're kicking a field goal, you can't lift off of a player,
What?
right? You can't like when the team's kicking a field goal, the blocking team, you can't like put your hands on the back of a teammate that's down and give yourself elevation to jump.
Mhm.
I'd be okay if they could do that. I'd be okay
they
with they
should.
could do that. You know what I mean? Like those certain things like that. I'm like, because even if you are able to do that, the chances of you hitting or getting it correctly and timing and everything are still kind of slim. So
I'm
I'd be
okay
okay
with-
if you do that.
I'm okay
You know?
with roughing that kicker too. You crack him one more time, and you don't want to.
Well, you
I
sounding
don't
like
think the
Roberto
kickers
now.
will be okay.
You sound like Roberto now. You know what I mean, Roberto?
Hey,
Danny's
he
okay with the kicker getting hurt.
He got the helmet and the pads on.
Yeah, but when they use a player to elevate to block the kick, they're not going in the direction of the kicker. They're going upwards.
Yeah.
I think it's more risky when these guys come around the side and dive at their legs, opposed to going up in the air. What are
100%.
they're afraid how they're going to land.
Yeah, 100%. Because
Yeah, I don't.
if you dive at the leg wrong, you could hit that dude's leg and snap it. Boom.
You've seen it many times, these guys. That's when they call roughing the kicker.
Yeah.
I
But
don't like
you're
the
okay.
way they gotta wait that
Go ahead.
when they're kicking the ball off. Why they gotta
Mhm.
wait that? I don't like that new rule.
Until they got to wait until the player gets the ball, right?
Yeah, I don't like that.
So what do you guys, JG, and first off, your thoughts?
What are we talking about? I just came in like, what? Went from push to what's going on?
Yeah,
you agree with the tush push?
The tush push, yeah.
If it's my team, yeah.
That's exactly.
You know how it is. Like, it's your team, you get away with it. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
I'm down for that.
But there's a lot of rules, man. That it's the thing with a lot of these rules, man. Is you got to depend on human eyes, right? And these umpires, they're not always correct when they call things and when they don't call them.
Can I ask you two things, JG?
Yeah.
You talked about earlier. What do you think about? There should be no bad calls with all this technology they got. They can replay it. And do you think there should be domes in all the stadiums?
Oh, okay. So for the domes, no, I think all stadiums should have domes. I like the elements in there giving a little extra oomph, you know what I mean? Like those ice bowls or snowball. I love those.
No.
Now, if it's my team, we're losing, yeah, I hate it. But you know,
yeah, if I'm Miami and I'm going to Chicago, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to play.
Wait, time out.
Playing that.
These players haven't just been a Miami player their whole career. In a 10, 15-year career, they've probably played someplace that doesn't have the best weather.
Yeah,
one or
two times a year at regular season. When I'm talking about the big show. I don't want to be playing in no.
What do you mean big show?
The Super Bowl.
Okay,
they never do the
Super Bowl's different. They're not going to do it. They did it in New York, 6, 7, 8 years ago, and it wasn't horrible, but they didn't get nearly the participation out in their NFL. You know, all the tents and stuff out there. And all that, they didn't get the interaction they wanted, so they're not going to do it. I mean, people here are talking about Kansas City. If we again renovate the football stadium, we could get a Super Bowl. I'm like, no, we won't. And then they're like, well, if they build a dome, they will. I said, no, we won't, because in February it's miserable here. And people thinking we're going to get it. I'm like. They'll say, well, yeah, that'll get you a chance. We'll talk about it. And as soon as you build the stadium, they'll be like, we thought about it. No. It's like, so the Super Bowl, no, they're not going to play that. They're going to play it in Miami and stuff like that. That's where it's going to get played. But if you're talking a Miami player playing out in the snow in the regular season, I'm sorry, you play in the NFL. Now, the big game, great. Go ahead, play it in nice warm weather. Go take it down to Hawaii. Take it to Sao Paulo. I mean, I don't care. It's just.
But to answer the other question, Daniel, about the technology and everything, you would think that there wouldn't be this many mistakes. But again, there are human eyes behind it watching all this stuff, and so you're going to get those mistakes. It shouldn't be. But at the same time, I hate having to sit here 10 minutes watching them look at a replay over and over again, especially if it's not going in my favor, right? So,
and what's this expedited replay? It's like, if you could expedite it that quickly, why aren't we doing that for everyone? Every play should automatically, there should be somebody in New York, because it goes to New York. Everybody should be looking at every play. Okay, what might get called on this? Okay, let's look. Okay, everything, it looks good. So if they make that call, because you got what's the play clock now? 45, 35 seconds, something like that, whatever it is. 25? Yeah. 25?
I think it's 40.
30 seconds. 30? Well, I can't. It's changed, but whatever. So whatever the play clock is, you got 30 seconds, and there's all sorts of other things, resetting the ball and all that. If they're looking at every play, they should have that answer as soon as they get a call. It should be like, we know, we already looked. No, go ahead. I mean, if you can do one expedited, I mean, now on really tough plays, there are some that guy's sole of his shoe is right on that line, and you have to look at it, and depending on how it's called, because the call is what has to be reversed. So if you say it's a catch and the other team says no, it wasn't, now you have to find undisputable evidence that it isn't. some of those might not be able to be done. But for the most part, if you can do an expedited one, they've done it this season. They're like expedited replay. No, it's good. It's and all this stuff. They should be doing that every play and ready for an answer.
The standard play clock is 25 seconds. If it's a timeout or 2-minute warning, it's 40 seconds.
Mhm.
Okay. So here's the thing, and I'll say this because I know Danny is still on this dome thing. Yeah, some of the best football games were those snow games, man. Like where it was like really good. You don't know what's gonna happen. I wouldn't want to be out there watching the game.
So back in 1800s, them buggies and horse and buggies was nice now too, wasn't it? They eventually went to a car. We have the technology where everybody can play in a nice climate. Why not use that technology?
Because football has always been an outdoor sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to have that cold weather for teams that play in it like every year, like let's say Pittsburgh Steelers, it's kind of an advantage for them. You know what I mean? Like they're used to playing like that all the time. You got some teams that only do it like once a year or twice a year, so it's an advantage for them. I love it.
But I'll say this, as exciting as it is, as a 49er fan, I hated us going to Green Bay and play because I knew we were going to lose in that frozen tundra. I knew we were
going to Denver, playing at Mile High.
Exactly. Altitude, man.
Oh, thank
you. What do you think, Roberto? You like the snow game?
Man, you're a hockey player. You know he's gonna like the snow game.
Good point. Good point.
Hold on. I'm back. What happened?
I asked, do you like the idea of the snow game, or do you think like Danny, you should have a dome?
And I said, yeah, I know he's gonna like the cold game because he's a hockey player. He like that.
Well, I like a snow game to a certain degree. The snow games that happen in Buffalo, a 3-0 game ain't exciting to watch.
I give you that.
Watching them kick a ball and it barely goes 5 yards and the wind's blowing it sideways, that's effing ridiculous.
Let me just say this hypothetical too. If one of us was to win the lottery and it's not me, and y'all be like, Danny, we going to Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Kansas City. Just don't send me the ticket. Just send me the money. Because I ain't going. I'm not going.
Well, listen, I ain't going to a snow game either. I'm not gonna.
I'll go in the summer.
Yeah, I'm not going to a snow game.
I'm talking about them snow that y'all love so much on this panel. No, y'all.
Who said I like snow? I never said I love snow.
Okay,
I like snow. I play hockey.
I can watch it from my house.
You live in Canada, which is snow country half the year, so you must love it,
Danny. If they're gonna pay me an NFL salary for one game to go watch
$10 million, I'm not.
I'd go.
Hold on. Andre, I got a question for Danny. You guys have hurricanes and tornadoes. Do you guys love them?
No, but guess what? We move.
No, you don't. You don't move. You only move when a hurricane comes and blows you somewhere. Right. But you guys
have no choice.
Every part of the U.S. has some natural disasters that we don't have over here. And I could ask y'all if you love them.
And you know what they do, Roberto?
Y'all like a bring a OOC-US slander over here. Even though this ain't my channel, y'all not bringing that stuff over here.
Wait, hold on. One more.
What happens when they get a few more Americans on their side, Anzo? Look how brave JG is now, huh?
You know what, Roberto? And I'll say this. You know what they do, Roberto? They don't move. They go, they cut down some trees, they board up their windows. You know what I mean? They make sure the doors are secure.
Last time I checked, Last time I checked, I ain't lost nothing in Florida.
You ain't lost nothing in Florida?
Florida. I
just like we're waiting for Wemby.
Maybe a whole 4 or 5 times.
What was that, Roberto?
You know it's coming.
All right. So let me ask you guys this, right? Because NFL season is we're almost halfway through it, which kind of sucks. Like it's blowing by fast. But I'll go through the standings and let me know if anything surprises you guys from the standings. So we have the Patriots who are 5-2, the Bills are 4-2, Dolphins 1-6, and the Jets 0-7. I think we had didn't we have a final 5 where we're asking if the Jets would win a game?
I think so.
I'm
gonna tell you what surprised me is the doggone the Ravens.
Okay, yeah, we're getting there. So next up is Steelers 4-2, Bengals 3-4, Browns 2-5, And the Ravens are 1-5.
I'm
Colts
shocked
are
at that.
Colts are 6-1. Jaguars are 4-3. Texans are 2-7. Titans are 1-6. Broncos 5-2. Chargers 5-3. Chiefs 4-3. And the Raiders 2-5.
I'm
What
shocked
stands out to you guys? Go
at the
ahead.
Broncos. I didn't think that Bo Nix be a better quarterback than
Broncos are getting lucky.
what's his face.
No,
And I think what's the face, the coach for the Ravens, he need to be put on because there is no reason why he should not be. Derek Henry should be winning some of these games, and
But they've done that every year.
No, I'm
It's
just saying,
like-
not 1-6. He should be 1-6.
No. Yes, I understand that. I understand.
No, you mean run Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'm saying with
It's
Lamar
like-
Jackson out now, Derek Henry should have no less than 25, 30 touches. He ain't
Agreed.
getting it. So
Agreed.
I blame that coach on that one. They should be at least 3-4.
I agree.
Agreed. Go ahead, Roberto.
I don't even know who their backup quarterback is, to be honest.
Cooper Rush.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even know who their backup. That team, they're nothing without the man. I'm sorry. It's proven before because I had Lamar one time and he went down. I don't know who has him this year, but I know they're sad. I know you're sad, Chris.
No, I'm not because luckily I do have Jalen Hurts also.
Yes, luckily you have him, but if you had the two, who would your starter be? That's what I'm saying. So it's sad. It's really sad to see because you know what? He was going to be my first pick. He was going to be Anzo's first pick. And that's the risk you take with even a Koopa. He was a great receiver. I think I had him the first year he came to shine, but I didn't have him for very many games, you know? I think he was out almost as much as he was in. So
Who?
Koopa. Nachupa, whatever his name is. With the
Puka?
Rams. Puka.
Puka.
Yeah, he's out now.
This week he's supposed to be back in. We're going to find out.
No, there's many guys like that. It's high risk when you're playing fantasy because these guys are point getters.
Yep.
And it's funny too because, like, I was like, "Oh, I'm getting Saquon Barkley then, right?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute, you guys can't run the ball anreanymore?
Hey,
What is this?"
I don't know what's wrong with him. He ain't doing nothing.
You shouldn't have did that documentary.
For real,
No,
because
they did.
absolutely nothing. He's not running the ball, not getting points, nothing, and it's crazy. But that's the risk you take, like Roberto said.
Not saying because I have him, but I'm loving some Bijan Robinson. He is steady. He'll get you the point. So hey,
No,
And,
man,
thank God he's the only good running back I got on my team now. God,
Taylor.
Thank City.
We can talk about that because that's what my surprise is. But JG, what's your surprise of the season?
I would say Ravens for sure. Kansas City does surprise me. They're like a playoff team, really. They kind of coast the season in the playoff time. They just turn it on, but I don't know if they'll do it this season.
I'm telling you, Andy Reid is Voldemort. He has the power to put some kind of spell in there, and they'll look like Stink City. And then next thing you know, they put 5 or 6 wins together. You don't know how they did it. So that's
we got one of our big guys back, and that's what changed everything.
Andy Reid is Voldemort, and doggone Patrick Mahomes is Snake.
Yeah, like I said, they're a playoff team. They just because they know they can just at the end of the game win if they needed to, right? So they're just kind of coasting along, and I hate to say it, kind of coasting along. Just okay, we're not gonna go all out. We don't want to risk too many injuries. Right towards the end of the season, like you said, Danny, 3-4 wins in a row, playoff time. Next thing you know, they're in the AFC Championship game. Another surprise. I want to say the Colts are a surprise, but last season they were like a couple. they were like a couple of people away. So.
Okay, so yeah, Chris, what's your surprise when I get to mine? Because mine is the Colts.
Did you ask me my surprise?
Did I?
No, I was just ranting off of.
Oh, okay, okay, my bad.
Go ahead,
my bad.
I'll wait. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, we'll save the best for last, Roberto.
Hey, thanks.
My surprise is Buffalo. I thought they were going to run away with this, and they lost 2 games in a row again. And like, what in the world happened to them? Because they lost the one game trying to remember who was the first. Was it Indianapolis beat them the first one, or
Was it Cleveland?
maybe I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was Cleveland. It was just something like,
it
what the
wasn't
hell
close.
happened? And then New England came in and did it. And I'm not saying New England isn't legit. They're looking good. I think they're still waiting. They're like the Broncos right now. I'm not sure if this is really what they are or if they're just looking really good right now. It's great to look good at the beginning of the season. It's another thing to end the season that way.
Broncos is coaching. They're going to Peyton. He's
well,
his butt off.
Yeah, I don't know.
He knows what he's doing. He got rid of Russell. He knows what he's doing.
I just see a lot of problems that are happening with that offense that, okay, yeah, they can pull it out in the fourth quarter. You don't want to live and die like that. And eventually one of those guys might go down. That's what I think about Denver. But we'll find out. I think that Buffalo, it's just when they implode, they implode. They just can't. It's like, so I'm not sure because this happens at some point every season. Buffalo, and then all of a sudden, what the hell happened to Buffalo? But it's a surprise to me that it was the teams that it was. And
they lost to the Patriots and to the Falcons.
Falcons.
Okay. Patriots is another team that shocks me too. So go ahead, Chris.
So that, like I said, the Patriots, yeah, but the Bills should have been able to handle the Falcons game, and they looked horrible in that game. And now New England, like I said, we can talk about that. I'm not sure what New England is this year. They're kind of just there, and they're loving it. I don't know if they're going to make it too far if they make it to the playoffs, but
they're 5-2.
I know they're 5-2, but again, look at their schedule. What has it been? I know Buffalo counts because Buffalo is a perennial favorite. But if you look at their schedule and you say, oh, look, it's Jets, which it's going to be. Jets are two of them. Browns are probably one of them. So there's 3 games. I don't know who they've played yet.
I guess sometimes you can do strength of schedule, but sometimes because they don't make who they play. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I could look up strength of schedule right now.
While you do that, I will say,
yeah.
I have 2 surprises. One I just thought about too was so first is the Colts. The Colts are playing unbelievable good. I know Roberto said Jonathan Taylor, which is he's running the ball great, but the tight end Warren, he's amazing too. And the quarterback, he's definitely good. So I think the Colts have a good chance to at least make it to the finals. I don't know if they'll win the Super Bowl. They could make it there if they continue to play like that. And my second one is Dart.
Oh yeah.
Dart came in there and played his butt off. That is great.
I wish he had neighbors to throw to.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Speaking of him, New York Giants have the hardest schedule of anybody at a 0.574. They're playing 10 playoff teams from last year. Detroit Lions playing 11 playoff teams from last year is number 2, along with the Bears, who are playing 10 playoff teams. But 10 and 11 are the most playoff teams that are facing. Kansas City Chiefs are playing 10 and are tied for 11th. The New England Patriots are 30th at a 0.429, and they're only playing 5 playoff teams from last year.
Didn't we have this discussion a few years ago about the Super Bowl team I don't think they should have the hardest schedule if they won a Super Bowl.
Well, they do that because they're trying to get new people in there, and it doesn't always work. The Jets are 26th, which
have the easiest.
It's ridiculous. And then who's the other one you said was a surprise for you on? Oh, Colts. Colts have, and this is where I think you can kind of, and I'm not saying it's a definite, but they're only 25th. So there's 7 teams from the bottom. I'm not saying that says a lot. I'm saying that is a factor you can put into it, but they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is beating the teams they're supposed to be beating. But because you've lost 2, those are the teams that you need to beat to show that you should be going to the playoffs. So while strength of schedule is one of the many factors you want to look at in the NFL, it's not the be all end all. So when you look, and I know you guys are gonna hate that I go this way, but I know more about this because of the Chiefs. With the Chiefs, a lot of the feeling here is we're doing fine now, or we're doing good, because our defense normally picks up as the season goes on. We've got our players back, and we're at tied for 11th on the hardest schedule, and we're playing 10 past playoff teams from last year. So what that means for us is that coming out at this point right now, a week after getting one of our top, if not our top receiver back, we're 4-3. We're immensely farther than some people thought. Some people were saying 2-4. Some people said 1-5, depending, and especially when we started 0-2, or I think we started 0-2. They were like, "Oh boy, man, what's going to happen?" We've weathered the storm, so now what we're looking at is let's go out and let's play these teams that we have to play, and let's do the best we can with it. But when you're somebody like New England or Indianapolis, those two games you lost are those the teams that you need to beat to show that you are playoff ready. Well, New England can say we beat the Buffalo Bills. So that's a big check mark on that list. So how many of those teams so far have they faced that are playoff teams? That's what I would go back and look. If two of those losses are against playoff teams and they only have one win against a playoff team right now, and they only have 6 total for the year, you're already under 500 on that. So maybe you're not ready. You're just looking good because you're beating the teams you're supposed to be beating.
And Roberto?
I somewhat agree and disagree with Chris's theory, because I'm sure they thought that Buffalo would beat Atlanta in their so-called strength and weaknesses, and they lost. So sometimes you're expected to beat teams and you don't, and sometimes you don't expect to beat teams like the Giants did to the Eagles. That was a debacle. And now they're questioning the Eagles going into week or matchup number 2. My shock is the Colts. When they said they were going to start Danny Dimes as quarterback, I was like, what are these guys doing? Have they not seen the tapes? They obviously knew something. I keep thinking they're going to lay a fart, and they keep not laying a fart and making me look bad in my picks. I think I picked against them 4. What are we, week 8 now?
Keep doing it, bro. Keep doing it.
Yeah. It's okay, Danny. I'm not far behind Chris. Chris is going to hiccup. Onzo might hiccup. I might have to do another pick like I did taking Detroit when you guys all took the opposing team. That could happen 2 or 3 more times, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
My biggest disappointment, I have to say it's Houston. Because I have Nico Collins, and this guy is invisible. This quarterback was rookie of the year, and the following sophomore year, he hit the Bermuda Triangle. Like, did this guy have receivers playing on the O-line? I never seen a between him and the game I saw with Tennessee, that poor rookie running for his life every time he says hike. That's so ridiculous. I don't know who the coaches or the general managers are of these teams, but I feel sorry for that brother coaching in Houston, and I feel sorry for that quarterback in Tennessee. But that's my hit and miss.
Carolina kind of shocking me too. They're playing pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Jaguars kind of shocking me.
You know, one thing I hate in the NFL, real quick, there should be no game tied. I can't stand these ties.
Yeah, well, they changed that so the games didn't go forever.
Keep playing. Do something.
I agree. If you look at the Patriots, if you want to go by are they beating the teams they're supposed to be beating? They lost to the Raiders. That's a no. They should have beat the Raiders. They won against the Dolphins. They lost to the Steelers, so that's a team that they should have beat to show that they're ready for that playoff. They won against the Panthers, won against the Bills, so that's a yes. They beat a team, and then they played the Saints and the Titans. So they haven't played any world beaters yet. The biggest one they've come up, they did beat, which is Bills. But the Steelers is another game they should have tried to win. So there's kind of the thinking. If you look at Indianapolis, they beat the Dolphins, which Dolphins are done for. They beat the Broncos by 1. They beat the Titans. and then the Rams beat them. That's a team that if they want to show that they're going to make that step, that they should have won. They beat the Raiders. Everybody's beating the Raiders. They beat the Cardinals barely, but the Cardinals are kind of in the same spot that they're in. They need to start winning against NFL teams. They did beat the Chargers, and the Chargers this year are
step up.
Yeah, I don't know if they're any better of a playoff team than they've ever been, because they're showing the same weaknesses they've always shown, which is when they start falling apart, they fall apart. So Harbaugh's a great coach. But as far as the Colts go, so far they're in the same boat. They haven't beat anybody necessarily. Maybe the Broncos, but again, I think the Broncos are on that same plane. Are they going to beat these bigger teams as they come up against them?
But they're doing so much better, Chris, with a quarterback who, the team is basically the same besides the tight end, Warren, and the quarterback. It's the same.
I don't know, because when you're shut out for 3 quarters and then you have to come back, that's not how you play. Now, yes, I'm going to say that. And at the same time, I've seen the Chiefs do it too. So I don't know, but I'm seeing this almost every game. They sleep for 3 quarters and then all of a sudden, let's put it on. And you can't live by that. You just can't. You cannot live by that. You got to stay in the game, because some of these teams
look so easy.
But is that because the team that they're playing against is like, oh, dude, we got this in the bag, and then they let down just enough, and then it's too late.
For the past few years,
what
has that not been the Chiefs' makeup? They look stink.
No. Maybe the first quarter and a half, and then they start playing, and their defense normally keeps them in it.
I don't know about that.
And the thing is, I'm talking, they're waiting until the 4th quarter. And I just listen, it's an opinion. I'm not saying I'm right.
I think that only happened like once, though.
No, the Colts, that game, they played. Here, hold on. Let me go look at their games really quick here.
I can remember last year that the Chiefs be like, what in the world? And then next thing you know, you go to bed thinking you're going to win, and Mahomes then put on the cake.
The Broncos only beat the Titans by 8 points. Everybody else is running over them. The Colts beat them by 1. The Chargers beat them by 3 because of the same thing. They were 4th quarter. They lost by a field goal because they didn't do it. They beat the Bengals. Well, at the time, Bengals didn't have a quarterback at all. They beat the Eagles, and again, we could debate on the Eagles this year because of whatever. They barely beat the Jets, barely by 2 points. And then they beat the Giants by 1. Every one of their games this year has been literally a field goal or not. And yes, last year Chiefs had a lot of that, but the Chiefs were in the game most of the game. Most of these games, the highlight reel is Nick's trying to get him back in. And what that's going to end up doing is put himself in, because he's trying to put himself out there and win games. I give him all the credit for that. But what that puts you in is in predicaments of possibly getting injured. And if you keep trying to push your players like that, I'm just saying, and a lot of that is also when you play a game, and Chiefs are guilty of this at least 2 times a year, if not more.
Listen,
they get ahead of a team so far. Hold on. Go ahead. I
was going to say this because I remember there was one year where the Steelers, and we used to talk about it, they were winning ugly by 1 or 2 points, right? And I don't remember if that's the year they won the Super Bowl or got there, whatever, but I just remember that there was sometimes it don't matter how you win as long as you win, right?
I'll take an ugly win over a beautiful loss any day.
100%.
Win the game.
And wins and losses, man. I can't help who's playing in front of me. I beat whoever's in front of me, right? So playoff time is 1 game. It's not a whole 4 or 5 game series. 1 game. Anybody can beat any team in 1 game. We saw the Ravens where we thought they were going to run over people. Know what happens? They end up losing to a team they should have beat. Same thing with the Bills. Look at the Commanders last season. Who would have thought that they would have done what they did? Detroit that 1 year when they got to the NFC Championship game. I think it was NFC Championship. No one thought with the quarterback that people just kind of just threw to the side that he would do as well as he did. So I agree with a lot of Chris saying, but sometimes it's matchups. Some teams are those grinded out teams where they just smash mouth. We're just going to run it down your throat. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be sexy, but we're going to win this game. This is how it is.
Yeah. And sometimes, some teams just play other teams better than they would play a normal team. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
sometimes it happens where you may get the Colts playing 4 games in a row like that, you know. But as long as you win those games, that's what shows your fortitude, you know.
Sometimes you play in a nice warm dorm, and sometimes you play in a cold ass.
I mean, look at Rocky. Remember what was it? Rocky 2, I can't remember, whatever. He said, he told Adonis, you don't want to fight this dude. You were basically knocking him out every chance. He still kept coming.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Just like
wins a
Dallas
win.
in
I don't care how I
December.
win as long as I win.
What was that, Danny? What was that, Roberto?
Just like Dallas in December.
I knew it. I knew a Dallas comment was
Only time I
coming
don't
up
like
in here
Stephen A.
tonight.
You understand? I went to buy a burger yesterday, and I had on my Washington hat, and the guy putting my burger together goes to me, "Are you really a Commanders fan?"
You just said no. I'm just wearing it for trick or treat food.
I just said, "What's that supposed to mean?" I go, "Let me guess. You're a Dallas fan, aren't you?" He goes, "Yeah." I didn't know. I go, "I guess our conversation ends here, buddy."
Give me my food.
I walk to the side and make sure to watch this guy make my burger. You know, that's just the love we have for each other.
Yeah.
When I go sign people up and I see all that Dallas memorabilia in the house, but I can't help it.
Can't stand it, eh? Uh-huh.
What do you mean?
Well,
You must be it's Pittsburgh, no, I'm not a Pittsburgh fan. I'm a Commanders. You gotta leave my house.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you.
Dallas is 5-2, and Dak Prescott is playing. Not only is Dak Prescott playing good, you got Pickens scoring points and shit. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Heard this stuff prior to December.
Yeah.
What happens after December? That's all I always say with Dallas. Let's see. If they keep it up, good for them. It's been a very long time since they've been relevant, you know?
I don't want Dallas to win this year, brother, because it'll make Jerry Jones like he was right and get rid of Parsons. That's one reason. And I think
good point.
But if he wins and goes deep in the playoff, he'll be the greatest thing since.
It'd be nice if they meet Green Bay in the NFC Finals and Parsons sacked Dak.
Oh yeah.
Fumble the ball to have Green Bay pick it up and run it in for the winning touchdown. That would be sweet.
That'd be the cherry on the top there.
Yeah. It'd be Christmas again before Christmas.
They says, pop the brakes, just wait. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
That's Stephen A. Just wait.
We're not touching that one, huh?
Just wait.
Are we done with the NFL? Because I was going to try to finish my.
Yeah, one last question, and then we'll go to the picks.
Picks.
Yeah, for tomorrow. They didn't do your picks.
I thought it was all like social club now. We don't throw them until 1:00 Sunday, isn't that?
Yeah, but we used to do them on the show. You know what I mean?
It's fun to do it on the show.
No, sorry, I'll be in next week, guys. If you don't want to see your picks in front of me, it's okay. I wasn't going to use them anyways, you know.
I'm not ready.
Wow, you guys suck.
I'll pick as we're doing it. I don't care.
All right. So the next question is: do the Jets win a game this season?
Oh yeah, they can win one.
They'll win one.
What do you think of the attitude of the coach?
What'd he say?
Man, he's mad at everybody. I understand. Like,
didn't he go off on
your team's fault? It's not everybody else's fault.
Because you know he's gonna get fired. If I'm
don't ask me that question. I'm not answering that. I said I ain't gonna answer that. You never see this his podium.
Yeah, didn't he go off on Jalen Hurts?
If I know I'm getting fired, they don't need me to be pleasant.
Yep.
No, that's true.
He said everything. We are who they thought they were. He did everything.
You know, the Jets, will they win a game? Yes. The sun shines on a dog's ass every now and again. Broken clock's right twice a day. That type of stuff. They're going to find one. Who it's going to be against, I don't know. And it'll probably, you know who's going to be against. It's going to be against somebody like the Chiefs or somebody it's going to be something crazy that you would have never seen. We're all going to pick the other team, and they're going to just come out and be world beaters for one game, and then probably go away.
It's going to be a home game too.
Probably.
So, what's their schedule?
Green Bay.
Okay, so what's their schedule, and who do you think that they're going to win that game against?
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Green Bay, really?
Play Cincinnati tomorrow.
Okay.
That could be possible.
Let's see here. They're going to play, Cincinnati tomorrow. The Browns is a good possibility, although they got Falco. Yes, it's at home, so that's a possibility. They got the Patriots. There's a game I wouldn't be surprised. The Patriots, just because the Patriots, everybody's like, oh my god, the Patriots. That's a letdown game. That's a game the Patriots should win.
They're playing Baltimore the way Baltimore playing. That could be
that's
possible.
a possibility. Falcons, Dolphins could be another one. Jaguars, maybe not. Saints.
I think it'd be
December 21st.
Jaguars is very up
They
and
could.
down.
Jets and Saints in December 21st, so that's another one. Then Jets and Patriots again, then Jets and Bills. I'd say they got about three. They have about three definite games they could win, and there's about two, maybe three that they have a possibility.
I think they got 2 wins.
Interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised 2 wins.
Unless they just quit and say, "Oh, we ain't winning nothing, so we can get first round pick."
I don't remember if we
be the coach when they get those wins.
Ooh, yeah. I don't think the coach stays there before the.
Oh no.
They fire him before the season ends.
That coach is like a Christmas turkey, buddy. He is done.
He's cooked, or in your case, 100%. Danny, deep fried.
All right.
What's that one? That was over my head a bit.
Oh, Danny likes deep fried turkey for Thanksgiving.
Deep fried turkey, huh? Nice.
Yep.
and deep fried gator. Let's not forget the gator, guys.
Hey, don't knock it too sure.
How long does it take?
You're talking about a gator, man. I only had gator like once or maybe twice in my life. Ain't nothing I go out, but man, I think I want some gator today. No, that don't happen. That you go to
How
a
long does it take
restaurant.
to deep fried turkey, Danny?
Depends on the pounds.
Well,
But
your
usually
typical American turkey, 45, 50 pounds.
That'd be
This slander, man.
about 145.
Why is this slander, JG?
You know what? They would deal with this every week on the overseas. I know it's slander when I hear it.
About an hour and change. One that big.
All right, no American slander anymore tonight. So we're gonna close it up. I just want to play this video, and before you guys, it's not because it's a Wemby video. I just found it really funny. All right, I thought it was kind of funny the way the guy was talking. So let's watch this video, and then we'll call it a night. Seeing as that none of you guys did your picks when we've always done our picks when we did square one, and for some reason, 2 people didn't realize they had to do their picks.
So what? You can do your picks. What, you think me and JG are gonna steal you guys' picks?
Yeah, 100%.
That's insulting us, though. I don't need you guys' picks, man.
What up, Mike?
What up, Mike? What's going on? How you doing?
Like, yeah, JG.
Hey, Mike, he's on me, man.
Even here?
2 months.
Shit, that's hilarious. All right, so watch this video. Let's do it.
There is just no way Victor Wembanyama is from this fucking planet. Look at this. Derek Lively, you make one mistake. Derek Lively is going to slightly lean towards the screen because Jason Kidd's a dumbass. Once you make the slightest mistake against this alien, you lean towards the screen, bang. That's all the space he needs right here. Now to get downhill, and now I'm 8 feet tall, and I'll just shoot right the fuck over you. And you can basically put someone that fucking works in a nursing home.
No, this is
does on Anthony
what's his
Davis
name?
right here. Does not matter because this motherfucker is just sitting underneath the basket. So Anthony Davis is going to destroy Justin Champagnie, who's basically a G leaguer. Wait, but I have 9 foot of length just standing there. Get the fuck out of here. Again, we've never seen anything like this shit. Look at Victor Wembanyama right here. At the top
Which
of
one?
the key.
Show the Jalen Brown clip where his hairspray.
It's Bob Maneri, isn't it? Is that who did this?
Harrison Barnes.
No, this guy is.
Wembanyama is going to come from the top of the key,
What's his
and I'll
name?
take that shit too.
Awful Coaching. That's the channel.
And people
What
are
is it?
just afraid to guard
Awful
him. I mean,
coaching.
Cooper Flag. This isn't shit.
Well, that's-
Duke with
hold
your
on.
dumbass coach John Shire. Look at
That's
this. He's
Bob
afraid to get in
Maneri.
front of Wembanyama.
I know his voice. I think it is.
I'm just strength coming right through the lane. So I'll let you go right. Look at that nice little pass. Nice defense, Cooper. Again, he will fuck up any one of your mistakes here. So Derek Lively's going to go under the screen as opposed to going over off this hedge right here. That's the only mistake you need. Derek Lively's completely fucked now because Victor Wembanyama at 7'5" can shoot. So bang, pump fake to get you up in the air. Now I'm just going to cut back door as you go past me. Fuck you.
Yeah,
you just have no chance. Jason Kidd actually trips over his dumbass self and does the right thing and sends a double team. That gets Wembanyama's dribble picked up. And Najee Marshall's going to play great defense. And guess what?
I know, but I'm saying he ain't out there on the court.
I've just got size. I'll shoot right over you.
I'll find it,
I
Annie.
mean,
I'll find
who
it.
the fuck are you, Dwight Powell? If you're going to really jog in transition guarding Wembanyama, that's fucking hilarious on opening night. If you are not sprinting the floor with this fucking gazelle, yeah. And this right here, this clip right here shows you just how fucked the NBA is for the next 15 years. Anthony Davis, a first-team all-defensive player, actually plays great defense here. He's up, he's challenging early. But Victor Wembanyama's just too big. He's just, you can be up. Anthony Davis right here, looking like a shithead. Look at this. Just power you down low. Holy hell. And then again, this is where Jason Kidd's piss-ass dumb brain comes into play. If you do not force Victor Wembanyama to the middle of the floor, where the help is out here towards the paint, you are fucking cooked. He's going to get you up in the air with an up fake, and it does not matter that Anthony fucking Davis is waiting at the rim.
Cursing, eh,
Does
Donnie?
not
I know.
matter.
I forgot.
Once he's at the rim, good night. There's nothing else to talk about in the NBA other than Victor fucking Wembanyama. I mean, this league is fucked. Anthony Davis, again, one of the best defensive players in the NBA. What the hell is he supposed to do? Victor Wembanyama is just going to get, look at that, I'm going to overpower you. And then what? Anthony Davis is still in great defensive position. But you can't be any type of fucking rim protector. He'll just shoot over any protector you have. And then again, Cooper Flag again forgets he isn't playing against shit-ass NC State and goes coast to coast in transition. Oh, really? When he is standing anywhere near the basket, get out of transition and into half court. See ya. I mean, this shit is just over. First of all, let's start with 7'1" Derek Lively, an elite lob threat. Nope, fuck you. But now let's turn into Steph Curry. This is unfucking believable. Derek Lively defensively, you make one mistake defensively. Look at Derek Lively right here, gamble right there at the ball right there.
Wow.
Bang, you make that fucking mistake. Now Victor Wembanyama's got you. Now he can get downhill. Now get your body going downhill late. So let's just step back and be Steph Curry. What the fuck are we watching? I mean, if he's making Anthony Davis look like this, I mean, Anthony Davis might as well be fucking Terry Rozier in jail. He has about the same chance of guarding him. Look at this. Once Victor Wembanyama gets to his spot in the paint, Anthony Davis. So what's he going to do against shit-ass centers like DeAndre Ayton? Anthony Davis is doing everything right here. It's just Wembanyama's in the paint. There's absolutely nothing you can do. Not only does Wembanyama get the advantage of being better than anybody in NBA history, because we haven't seen any of this, you do get dumbass, mentally challenged coaches also helping him.
You found a video,
Chris?
Chris?
If you are running a pick and roll defense
I just
that has
want you to listen to him. I think
help
it's the same guy. I just think they pulled his videos from something.
How do you think that's going to look? Look at Jason Kidd. What a fucking dumbass. You have no backside help. Go to hell with that. This is the greatest player of all time. He's 7'5". You're Anthony Davis. You cannot fucking casually backpedal. You got to sprint back, get your feet set, and slide your fucking feet. Look at Anthony Davis going to casually backpedal. Will you casually backpedal? I'm going to turn on the Jets. I'm going to turn into Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or De'Aaron Fox.
He covers 10 feet whenever he just takes a step, right?
This is simply greatest player of all time shit. Under zero.
And this isn't Wemby, but
can you
this
allow
is just I want to listen to the voice because I think they're pulling Bob McNerney, and it says here that Bob McNerney has been hired by Rumble to commentate. So maybe I don't know.
And then I gotta
Oh
find the one.
wait. Oh yeah, here we go. Sorry.
You said Jalen.
And then make sure. Here we go.
Yeah,
I guess it's a different guy, but it's the same type of person.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Wow. One? Okay, here it is. I got it. It's a short.
Yes. So it's the same thing. There's several of them out there. But Bob McNerney was the first one that used to do that, and I haven't seen anything of his in a while, but it sounds just like just like the way he does stuff. It's like oh, and he missed it. Oh, what a stupid motherfucker.
Also, why don't you play the clip where Wemby got dunked on by Zion Wilson?
Why?
To show he's not God's gift to basketball.
Rub off on OG Anunoby.
84-65. Hold on. Zion is Wemby's gonna get dunked on. Every big man gets dunked on, so it's gonna happen. So
no, don't downplay it. But I was being funny as ass. That's all.
I think I'll show the 4 blocks in a row though. I could show that one, but yeah, he dunked on him. I ain't nothing. Zion played a lot. Zion played good. I didn't expect Zion to play that good last night. I didn't think he was gonna.
All that weight.
Zion gave.
When you're 40 pounds lighter, you're gonna play better.
Yeah, Zion gave him the smoke. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a good game. I really enjoyed the game.
I like Wemby. Love him. He was a Grizzly.
And I don't hate Zion. I like Zion. I hope he does well.
So
because he gets a lot of shit.
We're not doing the picks.
No, we're not doing the picks.
All right. I'm gonna run. I gotta get to work. So
no problem. I'm gonna show this last video. This is the one that what's his name? Sorry, Anik asked to play, and then we'll close it up.
Did Jalen Brown's head just rub off on OG Anunoby?
84-65. The foul called on Shemet. Brown fades away and hits the back of the iron.
Did Jalen Brown's head just rub off on OG Anunoby?
84-65.
That's crazy.
The foul called on Shemet. Brown fades away and hits the back.
That's the black stuff on his head?
Yeah, on his shirt, yeah.
Wow.
That's Brown's head?
Yeah.
That's that black stuff that they put in your hair to make like you got hair.
Like you got hair, yeah. He rubbed it off on him and he got the brown stuff. Oh, that's crazy. But LeBron does that. You know, in my mind, LeBron doesn't have that spray in his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, by the third quarter, it's all faded on the top.
What's that?
By the third quarter, you see it's all faded on the top.
Yeah.
Man, all you gotta do is I go that same place Dion went.
And what get the transplant?
Yep. Why do go like that's more embarrassing? That's
100%.
Oh, my hair roll up on your shirt. Man.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's embarrassing.
Look, that's up. I had a boy that did that. I was like, bro, you spend an extra $30 on your haircut for that, and they ain't gonna last nothing like maybe a week. Nope.
Oh well, hey, yeah. At least they have it last a week. I know my barbershop does. That shit will last a day. You know what I mean? You put on your hat.
Hours, you start sweating.
Yeah, exactly. You put on a hat or something, and that's gone. So yeah,
it right here lasts a long time. I love it.
100%.
Oh yeah, that caused Boozer one. Oh my God, y'all remember that one?
Which one?
It looked like somebody put spray paint in his hair. It was, bro. Oh my goodness.
Listen, man, you get old, you let that shit go. You let it go. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shave your head, do whatever. You let it go.
$20 for a bald head and a beard trim and a shave. I can live with that.
Facts. But guys, it was a great show. Thank you all for coming in. It was appreciated. I had fun. Danny, tell the people where they can find you one more time, sir.
You can find me on my channel, Road to Wisdom, on Mondays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, I do a secondary channel called The Way That I See It. That's mainly just shorts. Wednesdays, Thursdays at 8 Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. I'm on the Hangout, and also Storms Live, and of course, sometimes with these guys here on the OC sometime. In our channel on Mondays, the Chaos Central.
Yes. Next up, Roberto, brother. Good to have you on a Saturday because it's been a minute, you know.
Yeah, it has been, man. I almost forgot. Like, is it a coincidence? I just brought it up on the show Wednesday, and we're here Saturday.
It's too cold
No.
to golf.
No,
Golf is still out there, Daddy. They're still playing.
Oh,
Just
no
not
way.
me.
actually, Roberto, it was the Wemby argument. I was like, nah, I'm doing square one this Saturday. I know Donnie ain't gonna do it. Screw that. I'm doing square one because we probably ain't gonna have one again.
I
Unless
knew it.
Donnie does
I knew it.
it. Unless Donnie does it next week, we probably ain't doing it again. I didn't want to talk about
I
Wemby.
knew it. I knew it. I said, look at this trigger right here, boy.
Go ahead, Roberto. Go ahead.
You can find me Wednesday night with my boys down, Bigger Ford Entertainment, JG Shaolin, and sometimes we have the pleasure of our friendly police officer, Big D, coming in the house to share some love, getting stuff off our chest, just like we do Wednesdays, 9:00.
So Anik said, Anzo, what happened to the show this morning? I wanted to tell you, y'all, I went to New York Comic Con and went to Purple. Oh, nice. We did the show. We recorded it last night, and it played on Spoiler King's channel. So it's up there if you want to go and check it out. But yeah, we did a recording last night because Brian had some stuff he had to take care of today, which I got to text him and make sure everything is okay. But yeah, definitely. But man, I would like to hear about that. Keep that thought because we're going to be doing one of our shows this week, right, on Monday. So we're going to do the Chaos Central show. So keep that up there and we'll talk about that definitely then. And JG, you know what to do, brother. Take us home.
Yo, JG Shaolin Terrific, the undefeated, undisputed final boss of the Thursday Championship Shaolin. Wee! Shout out to Jim Kelly, martial artist, black guy, film actor. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in for this Saturday edition of Square One. You can catch me live Wednesday nights on the OOC with the host Anzo, aka the Abbott, and the Osiris of the Spliff King, the Professor of Ganja, alongside his co-host Roberto, aka Mr. 100, aka No Trouble Daddy. Everything going to be irie. No woman, no cry. Of course, check me with my homie Superwise, mi hermano del otro de madre, el príncipe de Nueva York, when we do our geek nerd stuff that I love so much. And last but not least, everybody stand up, get on your feet. The amazing, the outstanding, the charismatic, always man of the hour. Dr. says the illest because he suffers from that realness. Salute, show respect, simplify himself. One of the finest police officers to ever grace these great United States. Hear me also. These great United States. Hear me, Roberto. These great United States.
MAGA.
Are you not entertained? If you smell, whoa. Man with the fashion sense, they can turn any pauper into a prince. Watch him. He will get you right, young brothers. If you smell.
Oh, my God.
Stand on next.
With Danny the Great.
Yeah, boy, I'm cash apping you today, JG.
Oh, no. JG's going to lose his job, bro. What are we talking about here? Holy moly.
Yes.
With that being said, guys, thank you everybody for popping in. Much appreciated. Great conversation. You know what I mean? And it's always pleasure. And make sure to check us out on the Chaos. And everybody else will be there. Tonight I will be doing the verses. So make sure to check that out. I will definitely be doing verses tonight.
I thought Cash Money had a chance, but I don't think they got a chance. I forgot Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj is on there.
Exactly. It's going to be a very interesting show tonight, guys. So make sure to check that out. I will be doing the live stream on that.
Oh, they're gonna be close.
It might not be, Danny, but you know, there's always some surprises that happen in these shows where it's like, oh, I didn't even think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
all I think they get is mystical because I think Silk is trash. I definitely think what's his face is trash.
Who?
The leader of it.
Master P. Yeah, Master P ain't that great. Yeah. And that's what Anik Jones said. He said Nola Mrs. Trash. So yeah, definitely it's gonna be a good show, man. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you once again. And we will be outie. So peace, love, and hair grease, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Inevitable.